Here we're going to talk about square numbers and square roots. So the first thing we need to do is be familiar with the sequence of square numbers. So a square number is obtained by multiplying any whole number by itself. So 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 4 is 16, 5 times 5 is 25, and so on. The square root is the root, literally, of that square. So here's another way of looking at this, right? If I have a square that is a 3 by 3, okay, and this is 9, okay, the root, or the base of that square, is 3. Okay, so one of the things that I'm wanting students to be able to do is to have some sense of what the square root of a number is that's not a natural square. So for instance, we can take a number like, what about a number like 20? What is the square root of 20? So all we need to do is understand that the square root of 20 is somewhere between the square root of 16 and the square root of 25. So it's somewhere between 4 and 5. And beyond that, it really doesn't matter. And the reason why we want to know this is so when we're doing things like finding factors, all the factors of a number, and we might be looking at factor pair mountain, right? The actual summit of factor pair mountain is the square root of that number. So if we know this, we know the turnaround point, and we can stop finding factors, because once we find all of one side of the mountain, all we have to do is match up the other side. So here I can stop before I get to 5. So all the whole numbers before 5, I need to check. And all the numbers after 5, I match up with whatever 4 times what is 24. 3 times what is 24. So knowing our square roots helps us really cut down on the searching of factors. In fact, any number under 100, I'll only need to check up to the square root of 100. So if I just make another little mountain here, right, if this is the number 100, which is a pretty big number, looking for factors, the tippy top here is the square root of 100, which actually we know is 10. So all I need to do to check any number under 100 is check up to 10, but I don't even need to go that far. So knowing our square roots is pretty important, and being able to extrapolate that some number like the square root of 20 is, what do we think? I don't know, 4.4? And maybe it is. It goes on and on. It would be a rational number, but it's somewhere in that territory. Actually, here's a calculator. Let's take a look. So we're going to say clear 20, and we'll do the square root. Here we go, 4.472. So we're right in the ballpark. We actually know kind of right where it is. And so if I was looking for all the factors of 20, I would only need to check up to 4.